All right, this is the final conclusion to uh, estimation approximation. This area imparts the use of this in approximation involving the four basic operations. We'll be dealing with addition and subtraction, division and multiplication in this area. In order not to waste much time, we have done a lot. You can check through my channels and find out more on this. Now, this aspect has to do with the applications. So if we go straight into this very one, addition and subtraction. Example, what is the approximated answer to each of the following problems? We have this question. We have 508, we have 291, we have 67. All these ones are decimal places. Now, how do you do this? You first of all, you round up the figures and then you add at the end of the day. You round up and add. So you are going to round up this one in a 1xf. SF stands for significant figure. That is, round up these values, these numbers, to first significant figure. So the solution of this very one now, you have 508. If I round it up to the first significant figure, this is the first significant figure, the decider is 0, so it cannot do anything on this. So if you want to know more why I'm saying all of this very one I'm saying, go to my previous channels and get the details behind it. So this is the significant figure, the decider is 0, so it cannot do anything. So it remains the same. It runs up to 500 to first significant figure. So also the second one, which is 291. Now the significant figure is 2, the decider is 9, so which is above 5. So it changes this one. It have an effect on the significant. So it is no longer 2, it will now be 3. So these other ones return 0. We now have 300 to first significant figure. So at the end of the day, if you add this estimate, this approximation you just did now, 500 plus 300, you now have a total of 800 as your final answer. If you move to the next one, the number 2 question, which says 67.5 plus 93.6. If you turn it to first significant figure, for this one, 67.5 to the first significant figure, this is the significant figure. The decider is 7, which is above 5. It adds up to 6. It becomes 70. So it becomes 70 to 1 significant figure. If you do same for 93.6, so this is the significant figure, first significant figure. The decider is not up to 5, so nothing will happen. It will remain 9. This one return to 0. What has happened? You have round down. You did not round up like the first one. This one is round down because the decider is not up to 5. So it's the same thing to 1 significant figure. Now if you add these two together, you have 70 plus 90. The final answer you have is 160. So let's go to the subtraction aspect. Subtraction, the aspect that has to do with subtraction. So that has to do with subtraction. If you have 695.728 minus 97 0.979. So if I do this now to one significant figure, you have 695.728, to first significant figure. So now if I do this to first significant figure, so it will add up to the 5 that is there. It will add up to the 6. You have the 6 to add up to this 6. The decider is 9, which is above 5. So if you add up to this, you have 7. So you have 7, and you have all of these 9 5 will turn to 0. What has happened is that you have round up. You have actually round up. Now I have 700 to one significant figure. If you do the same for the second one, which is 97.979, rounding it up to the first significant figure, is the first significant figure. The decider is 7. It adds up. It changes this one, so it becomes 100. Becomes 100, because when you add 1 to 9, it becomes 10. This one becomes 10. This one turns to 0. That is the 0 I'm about writing now. So it is now 0. So to the same thing, first significant figure. Now if you add these two, you have 700 plus 100. At the end of the day, your answer is 800. This is for the subtraction aspect. What if we go into multiplication? Multiplication, for instance. Now, let's quickly go into multiplication. Multiplication and division. And division, if time will permit us. For multiplication, for instance, now you have 480 times 8.95 times 0.98. If I change this to one significant figure now, if I change this now, 480 to first significant figure, it will be 500. What has happened? I have round up to first significant figure. If I do the same for 8.95, if I round it up, this is the significant figure, this is decider, it will add to this one. It becomes ordinary 9 to first significant figure. I do the same for the next one, 0.98. 0.98. So this is the decider. The decider is above 5. It adds up to this 0. It becomes 1. Becomes 1. So it's the same thing. First significant figure. Now all of these things work together now. You have 500 times 9, then times 1. So you will have 45,000. 45,000. This is wrong. This is a mistake. It's wrong. So it's 45,000. So for the final aspect, which is division, the one that has to do with division, let's quickly consider that of division. We have 59.7 divided by 20.2. So if I do this now, for this 59.7, at the end of the day, first significant figure, you have it as 60. You have it as 60. This one approximates to this, becomes 6. This one turns to 0 to first significant figure. So I have this 20.2. If I turn this, the decider is 0. It cannot do anything. So it will remain what it is, which is 20. So first in count figure. So at the end of the day, I'll now say 60 divided by 20. 20 in 20 is 1. 20 in 60 have 3. So the answer is simply 3. That's the final answer for in terms of division. So you can also try other ones. The question does not just remain this way. Sometimes you can have fractions. You can practice this on your own. You can have fractions like 7/1/4 plus 3 4/5. You can have this as also a question. You can also have this as question. You can practice this on your own. This is just my gift to you to work on. So I will just explain, but I will not solve. What you need to do here is that you will turn this mixed fraction into improper fraction. Do the same thing for this one. Are you following now? Then you find the LCM. You make everything just or divide this one. Then approximate, and then you add at the end of the day. This one, same thing. You turn this mixed fraction into improper fraction. Then you divide. You have your answer. You divide. You improper fraction. Divide. Yeah, let me write this one very well. It's not really staying well. So you do the same thing here. Then you divide at the end of the day. Thank you for watching. Practice for more. Go into your textbook. Practice the more. Get conversant with it. Forward me your question. Send me your mail. If there's any area you want me to consider, please get my attention to it. You like my page, like my channel, please share, and also subscribe. Thank you very much. See you another time. This brings us to the end of estimation and approximation in GSS 1 student class. This is week 10 of the regular scheme of work that we'll have in GSS 1 class. There are other approximation and estimation in other higher classes, but this one is basically for the GSS 1. But it can actually help you. I'll give you a guide on how these things are done. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.